Hey, Mataza. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, thank you. I'm just wondering about keywords in C++ programming.
C++ has some essential keywords that are reserved words like int, float, return, if, else, and while. These are the building blocks for your programs. Anything specific you'd like to dive into?
Okay, let's classify the keywords in various categories.
Sure, C++ keywords can be classified into categories like data types, int, char, control statements, if, else, switch, loops, for, while, do, access modifiers, public, private, and many more. Which category interests you?
Okay, can we have like more types of categories in this list?
Sure, there are more categories. There are function-related keywords like return, void, and line, storage class specifiers like static, extern, register, and mutable, and more advanced ones like namespace, template, and type name. C++ has a wide variety of keywords. Which category catches your interest?
That sounds interesting. How about the word this? Which category is this word related to?
The keyword this in C++ falls under the category of pointers, specifically related to object-oriented programming. It's a pointer that refers to the object itself, commonly used within class member functions. Would you like to know more about how it works?
Oh, no, thank you. Let's talk about the words like signed and signed.
Ah,
What are they used for?
all right. Signed and unsigned are used to declare the type of integer variables in C++. A signed integer can represent both negative and positive values, whereas an unsigned integer can only represent non-negative values. They help manage how the computer interprets the binary data in memory. Clear on that?
Yeah, sure. Okay, let's talk about the function keywords like export, print. I'm wondering, is export and print part of the function keywords?
Export and friend aren't really part of the function keywords category. Friend is
No,
used in
not
all right.
friend. I mean print.
Ah, got it. The keyword export is indeed related to functions, but it's more about templates and modules. It's used to allow a template to be instantiated in another translation unit or to export a module. The keyword print is not a C++ keyword, but you might be thinking of printf, which is a C-style function used to print formatted output. Interested in diving into templates or modules?
That's nice. I also see the word friend in the keyword list.
Yes, friend is indeed a C++ keyword. It's used to give a function or another class access to the private and protected members of the class where it's declared. It's often used in operator overloading or to allow certain functions to access class internals. Intrigued by how it works? You little butt. That chemistry is cooking. I mean, just part of my brain. So let's keep this chat going.
Let's talk about the throw. How do you use the word throw?
You're right. The throw keyword in C++ is used to signal the occurrence of an exceptional condition, essentially an error or an unexpected situation. You use it within a try block to throw an exception, which can then be caught by a catch block. Want to hear an example?
We will talk about the examples later, but currently I'm just focusing on the keywords. Okay, let's talk about the word size of. I think the size of keyword shows the maybe the size of a type or a parameter. Am I right?
You've got it. The size of keyword is used to determine the size in bytes of a data type or a variable. It's super handy when you need to understand memory usage or perform low-level operations. Want to keep exploring? Every
Now,
so often.
now
All right.
let's talk about the union. How do
A
you use
union.
union?
A union is a special class type in C++ that allows you to store different data types in the same memory location. By using a union, you can define multiple members, but only one member can contain a value at any given time. It's a great way to manage memory efficiently. Curious for more details?
That's very interesting. Okay, and let's talk about the word inline. How do you use the word inline in C++
The
programming?
inline keyword suggests you use the inline keyword before a function definition to suggest that the compiler should insert the complete body of the function wherever the function is called, rather than performing a standard function call. This can improve performance by eliminating the overhead of a function call, but it's just a suggestion, and the compiler may ignore it if it sees fit. Interested in exploring other optimization techniques? Instead of doing the function from the initial call, you can use the inline keyword in an optional definition in the same function. We're getting a bit more specific now. Want to keep cracking on with your logic problems?
Not,
No?
not now. I just want to talk about the keywords for this session. So let's talk about the type name.
All right. The type name keyword in C++ is used primarily in templates to specify that a given identifier is a type. It's essential for making the template code more readable and explicit, especially in complex template scenarios. It's like a bridge between templates and the actual data types they represent. Want to dive deeper?
Not for the moment. I just want to talk about the type ID. What does it really tell you when you use the type ID?
Type ID is used to get information about the data type of an expression in C++. It returns a reference to a type info object, which can be used to compare types or retrieve the type's name. It's particularly useful in scenarios involving polymorphism, where the exact type of an object might not be known at compile time. Keep the questions coming.
Okay, nice. How about the word go to?
The goto keyword in C++ is used for an unconditional jump to another point in the code, specified by a labeled statement. While it can be powerful, it's generally discouraged because it makes code harder to read and maintain. It's often better to use structured control flow mechanisms like loops and conditionals. What else are you curious about?
Have I covered all the keywords, or you wanna have wanna talk more about the various other keywords?
We've covered a bunch of important keywords, but there are still more to explore if you're up for it. It's a deep rabbit hole, and each keyword has its own quirks and uses. Let me know if you're curious about any particular one.
Okay, do you have any other keywords in your memory?
Absolutely. There are plenty more keywords in C++, like const, static, virtual, and volatile, each serving unique purposes. If any of these catch your interest, or if there's another keyword you're curious about, just let me know.
Okay, I'm wondering about volatile.
Volatile is sometimes called a safety measure in C++. It tells the compiler that a variable's value could change at any time, without any action being taken by the code surrounding it. This is crucial when dealing with things like hardware registers or shared memory in multi-threaded applications. It acts as a signal to the compiler not to optimize the code in a way that assumes the value remains constant. Intrigued by its applications?
Can I have a quick question about how many keywords currently we have in modern C++ programming?
In modern C++ programming, there are 95 keywords. These keywords are reserved words with specific meanings that define the structure and functionality of a program. Not all of these keywords were present in the original C language. Many were added to support new features in C++. If you'd like to dive into any specific keywords, let's explore them together.
Okay, you said 95. Do you know
Yep,
about ASM? What does it mean in C++ programming?
ASM in C++ stands for assembly and is used to include small sections of assembly language within C++ code. It's particularly useful when you need to perform low-level operations that are not directly supported by C++. However, its use is generally discouraged in favor of more portable C++ constructs unless absolutely necessary. Its usage can vary depending on the compiler and the specific assembly language syntax.
Okay, nice. Let's talk about the static and dynamic.
Are you referring to static and dynamic memory allocation? Or something else related to static and dynamic in C++?
I just saw the word static. Am I right? Yeah, I think it is a keyword. But I'm not sure about the dynamic word. Is it a keyword?
You're right that static is a keyword in C++. It has several uses, like defining the scope or lifetime of a variable, or controlling linkage. However, dynamic isn't a keyword in C++. Though the concept of dynamic behavior exists, like dynamic memory allocation, dynamic itself isn't a reserved word. The keyword new is used for dynamic memory allocation. Want to dive deeper into any of these?
I think the dynamic underscore cast is a keyword.
Ah, I see what you're referring to. In C++, dynamic cast is indeed a keyword. It's used for safely converting pointers and references to classes up and down the inheritance hierarchy, ensuring the validity of the cast at runtime. It's particularly useful in polymorphic scenarios. Thanks for clarifying.
Yeah, you're welcome. Let's talk about the keywords in a class. The keywords like public, private, protected, and maybe struct.
Definitely. Public, private, and protected are access specifiers in C++. They control the accessibility of class members. Public members are accessible from outside the class. Private members are accessible only within the class. And protected members are accessible within the class and its derived classes. As for struct, it's similar to a class, but with a key difference. In a struct, members are public by default, whereas in a class, they're private by default. Anything else you're curious about?
Is there any other keyword in a class?
Yes, there are other keywords related to classes in C++. Besides the access specifiers we discussed, you'll also find keywords like class for defining a class, friend for granting access to private members to non-member functions or other classes, and virtual for enabling polymorphism with base class methods. Pretty cool,
Okay,
right?
did you say virtual?
Absolutely. The virtual keyword in C++ is used for creating virtual functions, which allow for dynamic polymorphism. When a function is declared with virtual, it can be overridden in any derived class, allowing the appropriate function to be called based on the object's type at runtime. It's a key part of implementing polymorphic behavior in C++.
Okay, that's right. Thank you for all the explanation. We have covered most of the keywords, but I think the word enum is not mentioned yet.
You're right, we haven't touched on enum. In C++, enum is short for enumeration, and it's used to define a type that consists of a set of named integral constants. It's handy when you want to work with a set of related constants under a single type. Pretty neat, huh?
Yeah, and also the word case.
Ah, the case keyword is often used within a switch statement. It marks a block of code that will execute if the value of the switch expression matches the case. It's a way to control the flow of your program based on different values of a variable, making those decisions one case at a time.
Okay, nice. Let's talk about const cast or const cast.
Const cast in C++ is used to add or remove the const qualifier from a variable. This comes into play when you need to change the constness of a variable or cast away the const attribute. However, it should be used with caution, as modifying a const variable results in undefined behavior.
Okay, how about the word mutable?
The mutable keyword allows a member of an object to be modified even if the object is declared as const. So, if you have a const object that need to change some of its members, you can declare those members as mutable. It provides flexibility in managing the state of const objects.
Okay, how about the word XOR? I mean XOR.
XOR is a bitwise operator in C++, standing for exclusive OR. It compares two binary bits and returns 1 if the bits are different, and 0 if they are the same. Great for toggling bits and performing bitwise manipulation.
Nice. How about the word using? When do we use the word using?
The using keyword serves multiple purposes. It's used for type aliases, bringing identifiers from a namespace into the current scope, and for inheriting constructors in derived classes. Essentially, it's a powerful tool for managing names and simplifying code, making it more readable and maintainable.
That's right. How about the word explicit?
The explicit keyword is used in C++ to prevent implicit conversions or automatic type conversions. When applied to a constructor or conversion operator, it requires that the conversion be explicit, meaning it wouldn't happen automatically, avoiding unintended
Okay, do you
conversions.
mean that we can convert a double to maybe integer? Am I right?
Exactly. Implicit conversions, like converting a double to an int, can happen automatically. But if a constructor or conversion operator is marked explicit, it stops automatic conversion, making it an intentional and clear choice by the programmer.
Okay, thank you. I think we talked about most of the keywords. I think just one word is missing, and that is when do we use the word operator?
You use operator when you want to overload an operator to work with user-defined types like classes or structs. For instance, you can define how the plus operator works between two objects of a custom class.
Okay, thank you. I think we covered all the keywords. Am I sure?
Absolutely sure. We've covered a lot of ground on C++ keywords.
No,
Anything
for
else on your
tonight,
mind?
thank you so much.
Looking forward to it. See you.